Ori and the Blind Forest is a platform adventure game developed by Moon Studios. The game was released back in March 2015, so it has been a while. However, with part 2 of the game, Ori and the Will of the Wisps on the horizon, I thought it would be a good time to revisit the game to look at some of its hardest moments. Ori and the Blind Forest is a beautiful looking game with a laser focus on the game mechanics. In this game, you play as Ori, a cute looking white guardian spirit, and Zine, who is the light and eyes of the spirit tree. You progress your way from one objective to the next by navigating different levels, gaining abilities, solving puzzles, and killing different enemies. This game has been critically acclaimed across the board, and I enjoyed playing it as well. However, I must say this is not for everyone. The game has a steady progression system and overall does a decent job of balancing the difficulty with the skills you acquire either in-game or through sheer repetition. Having said that, there are some areas in the game that will abruptly spike the difficulty level and make it really hard to progress. I personally came across one such area that almost made me quit, but I somehow stuck with it and eventually I was able to get through it. I can now say that it was worth it and I made the right choice of continuing to play. In this video, I'll be showing you my top 5 hardest areas from this game. As you would expect, this video is full of spoilers, so please take that into account before proceeding. At number 5. In the Sorrow Pass, you come across a crazy section that is full of thorns or spikes. This section requires you to have good reflexes as you need to collect 4 keystones while gliding through a brutal maze of spikes. As frustrating as it was to play through this area, I actually liked it in a weird way. The key is to figure out the most efficient way to navigate. What worked for me is to move forward in an arced trajectory and not pay so much attention to the spikes. Easier said than done, I guess. At number 4. After you rescue Gumo, he gives you the water vein. You use it to enter the Ginn Sotry. Once you enter, you will have to climb your way to the top of the tree. This sounds pretty straightforward, however, this whole level is a one long grind, so expect a lot of trying and dying. The level uses portals to keep you moving through the map. Your path will be paved with spikes for the most part. There is a crazy section where you fall through the portals and you have a fraction of a second to pick the next portal as you are falling. You will also encounter a mini puzzle towards the latter part of the level. It took me a really long time to get through this level, so I had to include it in here. One tip I have for you is to go in with as many life cells and energy cells you can get. It will save you a ton of time from having to repeat certain parts. At number 3. After you escape from the Forlorn Ruins, you will land into Kuro's nest. There you will learn about Kuro's backstory and why she wants to kill you. Shortly thereafter, you will land into an area where you have to hide from Kuro and make your escape without being seen. The whole section is well done, but it takes a while to figure out the different hiding spots and the timing between them. There is nothing more shocking than seeing Kuro zapping you into nothingness every time you get the timing wrong. At number 2. After completing the arduous journey through the infernal heat of Mount Horeb, you are finally there for your one last run before you beat the game. This run is not very difficult, however, it will put all your skills to the test. You will need to dash, double jump, stomp, bash, use Spirit Flame, glide, and charge jump all in quick succession to get through. And finally, at number 1. After you have successfully cleansed the heart of the Ginn Sotry, the tree will come back to life and you feel relieved that all the grind before it was worth it, but you will be in for a big surprise. When I mentioned earlier that there was one part that made me almost quit the game, well, this is it. After the Ginn Sotry springs back to life, all hell breaks loose. The water that you restored starts flooding in and you find yourself at the bottom of a geyser that is about to erupt. With no resting areas in between and no soul links allowed, you have to work your way up through the different obstacles and do it quickly. You will die here countless number of times, and just when you think you are almost there, you will die some more. If you quit the game at this point, I don't blame ya. I think what makes this sprint the most difficult is its verticality. Just as in real life, our minds are wired to feel the effects of gravity even in a virtual scenario. It is only natural to feel climbing vertical spaces more tiring than the horizontal ones. And add to that our desire to not drown, and you have a perfect storm for rage quitting. There are several areas in the game that are agonizing to complete, and I couldn't get to all of them, of course, but here are a couple of honorable mentions. This is one of the 6 side levels in Mount Horeb. It falls into the sprint category as well. It is a relatively short run, but it comes with its own share of dying. After you restore the wind element, you have to escape the area while gliding through the obstacles. I fortunately had a good number of life cells to complete this sprint, so it didn't take me that long, but your mileage may vary. So there you have it. If you haven't played this game already, I would highly recommend it. It is on sale these days, so now would be a good time to pick it up. If you have played it, I would like to hear from you. What did you find most difficult? Leave that in the comments. Finally, if you liked this video, please be sure to click the like button. It helps us a lot. If you would like to be notified of the future videos, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.